Hello everybody. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my workflow page where I've got the workflow page type set up, configured for a press release scenario, which is one of the many applications that workflow can be used for. In this situation, I'm in the editorial team, in the news team producing press releases. I can see a bunch of different press releases that have gone before, but I'm going to start a fresh one here. You see the title pops up there with an automatic number on it, and I'm going to say that this article is about our new CEO who's joining the company. So I'll click OK, wait for the file to be created, and then click into it, start editing it. Using all my journalistic capabilities. I think I can just about spell my name. So once the document is completed, then I can request approval, which will go to my boss, and hopefully she'll be happy with my work. So I'll click all done, and switch over to switches back to the document list, and I can see the item in the list there. It's a pending state. So now I'm going to switch over to my boss's screen, and she's received an email from OverDRIVE saying that there's a workflow item that needs her approval, and she can see it's a press release about the new CEO. So she'll click to view the item, comes to the same page that I was on, sees the press release, and decides whether or not to approve it. In this case, she will. Clicks OK. Press release is approved. Lights go green, and I'll switch back to Jacob's view, and there it is. So a really clean and simple process centering around Drive files, which could be documents, spreadsheets, or any kind of editable file that you can put into Google Drive. I'm going to just go into the page settings here to show you how the workflow is configured. So here's the workflow page type. So creating a new workflow somewhere within my site is as simple as creating a new page. And then the first step that I need to take is to choose a file that's going to be used as the template. So obviously some kind of template-based document or spreadsheet or slide deck or whatever it happens to be. And that's the only compulsory field to get workflow going, but it wouldn't really be workflow without some approvers. So there can be multiple approvers, and they will be the users that receive the emails requesting approval. The drive owner is an optional field, and it allows, when new files are created, for the file to be created and owned by a specific user, which in this case is my boss Sharon, but it could easily be a system account or an administrator. And one of the key reasons for doing this is so that the people creating the documents have got edit rights until they submit it for approval, and then OverDRIVE removes their edit rights, downgrades them to view and comment. So obviously you don't want people editing documents after they've been approved and signed off. But using normal Drive permissions, you can share the file afterwards if that's what you need to do. The button label obviously configurable, and the guidance that we give to the users, the format of the file name. You saw the numbering that kicked in there, but it can also include other markers like my name or today's date. And then finally, file visibility, which is, as the tip here says, it controls who can see different statuses of items on the page. So in this case, with a press release workflow, everything is wide open and everybody can see what's going on, and we can make sure there's no duplication of two people working on the same press release at the same time. But in another workflow, it might be more sensitive, so it might be HR related, or it could be purchase orders or equipment requisitions, and people only need to see their own. So in that case, the global visibility would be switched off, and users would see their own items and of course approvers would see items waiting for approval.